This one is some tea.
Oh,
so
God.
buckle up. Because, let's just get right into it. Thank you for tuning in to another episode, Neighbor. We are your hosts of the Neighbors Pod. This is Janina.
Julia.
Haley.
Without further ado, let's get right into it. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for saying just leave at my cookout? My sister Nicole, 34, brought her new boyfriend Steve to our family cookout yesterday. It's for about 30 people. For the sides, everyone brought in sides. My sister brought in a bag of store-brand potato chips, and Steve helped himself to beer right away before being introduced to everyone. We were having hamburgers and hot dogs and just hanging out with the fam, nothing fancy. Steve asks, "Is this it?" when the first plate of hot dogs is done and waiting on the round of hamburgers. My wife says there will be hamburgers soon, and Steve tells my wife and sister about his family and how they have barbecue chicken, steak, shrimp, and many options. I picked up the plate of hot dogs and told Steve he could leave and go to his family barbecue instead. He looked at me and drank his beer, and I told him and my sister to go since this wasn't good enough for him. I gave my sister her store-bought potato chips and told her to get out. My sister and Steve left, and the cookout was fine after that. My mom heard about me kicking them out and was mad at me and told me to apologize to my sister. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, but Steve was just an asshole commenting like that at somebody else's house, and for the first time you're meeting their family. My wife thinks I was right because Steve acted like that in her home and insulted the host, and that's a good reason to be kicked out. Others are split about 50-50 when they hear about what happened.
Oh.
Steve could have brought whatever his family usually makes to this cookout.
He also didn't have to be rude to people he's just meeting for the first time in their house.
Yeah.
I think the person writing in is only a little bit of an asshole for mentioning the store brand chips like 5 times.
Yeah, I don't really understand. First of all, I was like, couldn't hardly read because I'm like,
like Lay's
bag.
for ShopRite is like $1 difference.
just like chips.
Yeah, just say chips.
Literally.
But Steve is an asshole.
But then, so right before I left, I was thinking about this. You ever have somebody in your house that just has like an ill sense of humor? Like they're just funny, but
Like dry.
like bad funny? Like what if he was thinking like, oh, this is about to be a funny joke. Like they just put the hot dogs down and there's a big group of us and I say, oh, like this is it?
Sound like that. It doesn't sound like. No.
It's not giving that energy.
No.
I'm like, oh, damn.
Steve
like,
doesn't seem the type. It's just like complaining about a lack of food when you didn't bother to bring anything.
Yeah, agree. And don't mention your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're meeting people for the first time. You didn't even make a good impression. What are we doing here?
Yeah, that's not good.
No. Steve's
Bring
an
food.
asshole.
Bring food or at least bring drinks.
Also,
if you're not going to bring food, go the drink route.
Mhm.
Come on.
and the
Or
girlfriend should
dessert.
be like putting him in his place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how embarrassing your boyfriend's acting out at a family function.
Are they still together?
I bet they are.
They probably are. It's
Doesn't
not
say
like
it, though.
breakup worthy.
I mean, it's not, but like,
But family.
Could've
Yeah.
been.
Action.
yeah, not a good way to start it off.
No, definitely
Tension.
not.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Steve's an asshole.
Yeah.
Steve's an asshole and he needs to learn how to filter his mouth or be respectful and bring food next time. Like, what are we doing here?
Don't come empty-handed and complain.
Yeah, no.
That's
Asshole.
crazy. Yeah, major asshole. Sorry, Steve.
You're not sorry, though. You're the asshole, so we're not sorry.
Yeah,
We're calling
true.
out your bullshit.
True. Okay, I will go next. Am I the asshole for telling my wife that the house is not haunted, she's just paranoid?
No.
My wife and I have been living in an old Victorian multi-family apartment building. Everything about it is old and dingy. I chalked it up to just that. Old, not haunted. But my wife 100% believes there is an entity that goes into our apartment sometimes. She's very spiritual and believes in all of that kind of stuff. Me, not so much. I think there's an explanation for everything. Here are some things that have happened that I agree are weird, but there must be an explanation. Number 1, feelings of being watched.
Ooh.
My wife said that's what started with her. I have felt something eerie, but I figured it was just in my head. Number 2, We have seen brooms fall from its tight spot between the wall and the fridge without anybody going into the kitchen or touching anything. She said she has heard keys jingle when no one is home, fridge open. When she was in the shower, a picture frame fell from the wall in the bathroom. Number 3. Another time, I was using the bathroom and all the soaps and shampoo bottles fell from inside.
Oh
I'm
my
out.
god.
Fucking out.
I figured it might be the neighbor slamming his doors, but he wasn't home.
Oh.
I thought that was weird, but again, an explanation. Number 4. We have changed the batteries on our smoke detector many times, but whenever all of this happens, the smoke alarm seems to go off randomly for a few seconds, and then the second her or I go to turn it off, it stops. And number 5. Whenever this seems to happen, our back doorknob seems to be stuck. Like, we'll put our key in there and the key will seem, I don't know, sticky in there. Like it doesn't fit when it usually does with no problem. That's what got me thinking something more sinister than a ghost. Possibly a creep breaking in. We don't have anything to steal. One night, we were trying to go to bed, and the smoke alarm went off again. This was close to 2 a.m. She freaked out and said that she doesn't understand what's happening, and she wants to move out. I told her she's being paranoid, and there are no ghosts. There's no such thing. I agree it's creepy, but I think just moving is unnecessary. She thinks, since all these things seem to happen at once, and leave all at once, then it must mean something, but I like the place and enjoy.
First of all, do you believe in ghosts, yes or no? My answer is yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's definitely something going on here. Because I'm out. Like, immediately, you didn't even finish the story, and I said I'm out.
Yeah.
What the hell?
My first thought is that if you know your wife is spiritual in that way, like, how are you going to discredit it?
Yeah, that's half
Your
of it.
spouse, like, you should know
Yeah.
that's how they feel. At least if you don't believe it, like, don't make him feel
But
like
he
shit
sounds
about
like he
it.
kind of does believe it.
It does. Maybe he's in denial.
I think he's in denial and I think he's scared. But I do understand the premise of not wanting to move out of an apartment he just moved into.
Yeah, can they just do some sage?
I know, they gotta have like someone come in and clean that environment up.
Call your local priest, have them perform some sort of ritual in your apartment. Sage, salt, crystals, absolutely in all your corners.
Because that's a lot of weird things to be happening.
Yeah.
The broom gets me because I'm just thinking of the space between the wall
fridge and the
cutout and
wall.
my cutout. I'm like, ain't no way the broom could just fall out of there.
No.
Ain't no way. And the picture frame just falling? Ain't no way that just happens.
All the shampoo and conditioner falling out.
That's what I
off the
said about.
shelf.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm immediately out. And your neighbor wasn't home? Quite literally, how do you explain that?
A picture frame jumping off the wall. Literally. No.
And, like, I don't know, like, when you were saying the feeling of being watched and whatnot, it's like, okay, like, that's an eerie feeling, but you can't really prove that unless you have, like, cameras absolutely everywhere to prove someone's watching you.
Yeah.
But everything else, nah. And even if there is someone breaking in, or, like, have they tried changing the locks? If the lock feels sticky, try to change it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Get a whole new lock in there. Does it still end up sticky?
What's creepy is that the lock only feels sticky when they're trying to leave from things happening.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like they're meant to be trapped in there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ask the landlord about the previous
Mhm.
people that were there. Like, did they report anything? Is that why they moved out? How long has this been happening? You gotta dig deeper, man. That is...
So is he an asshole?
What did he say directly? He just called her crazy?
He said he wants to still live there. He believes everything happens for a reason. He agrees some things are weird, but there must be an explanation.
But then find the explanation. If you don't like her explanation, you have to offer a logical explanation.
Yeah.
And if you can't provide a logical explanation, I don't want to say you're an asshole, but you definitely shouldn't live there.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say he's an asshole.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't know if I was in that situation if I would really move out. It's expensive. Like, there's real life happening here.
Yeah, like, to break the lease and to move somewhere is not cheap.
But I would add, like, security measures. Sage the apartment, for one.
Security measures, cameras everywhere if you really do think that it's someone breaking in and out somehow. Because then you can at least capture that and show that to her and prove it. But Like, how long do you give it until you just go, fuck it, we move?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was a fun one.
Do you think he's an asshole?
No. I think they should just communicate better.
Yeah,
Come
dig
on,
a little
guys.
deeper.
No. They're so close.
Alrighty. I'm going to start with my controversial / sad one first.
Okay.
It's not like, no one's kind of sad. Okay. Am I the asshole for not letting my boyfriend grieve? Backstory. My boyfriend's grandpa passed away 4 days ago. When he passed away, we met all of his family at a small ER to say our goodbyes. The ER made everyone wear masks due to a sickness going around the hospital. So 2 days ago, I started to feel really bad body aches, sore throat, etc. Keep in mind, I'm 18 weeks pregnant. So that's why I picked this one too. There's like juiciness. It's not just sad. I told him how I felt, and he basically said he doesn't want to get sick because his grandpa's funeral is coming up. I told him I was feeling weak as well and hungry and didn't want to drive myself home, then be hungry once I got there. I asked him if he was okay with helping me for the night and I'll leave in the morning. Basically, just bring me some food to the room so I wouldn't contaminate any other area of the house. He told me he had a lot on his mind and he wasn't in the right headspace to help me. So I told him I understand and left. When I got home, I made something small to eat and then went to sleep. Yesterday morning, he calls and checks on me. I told him how I felt more sick than when I left. He just says okay. The rest of the day, he has family over until about 3 a.m., just offering their condolences and keeping his family company. Around 4 p.m., I called and asked for help to see if he could bring me more food to eat because all I had the strength to get myself was just snacks, like chips and cereal. No real meals. And I wanted to make sure I had enough in me for the baby. For context, usually pregnant women have to eat an extra 300 grams. So just do with that what you will. He basically brushed me off, saying he has no idea how he could help and said I was selfish for not thinking about him grieving and how he has stressed and he has a million other things on his mind. He also told me that I was being evil because I said he wasn't helping me at all. After that, I just hung up. He called me at 3 a.m. when everyone left to sleep on the phone with me, but hung up 20 minutes later, said he would call back, but didn't. Now, I don't want to speak to him at all. But don't want to cause him more stress when he's already sad about his grandpa. I want to know if I'm the asshole for not respecting his time for grieving. Also, would I be the asshole for not talking to him today? I know how it feels to lose your grandpa when you're so close to him. But at the same time, I just asked for a little bit of help and don't feel like I was asking him for a lot. Most medications you can't take during pregnancy because they have bad side effects for the fetus. So I've just been waiting it out and he knows that as well. I didn't understand the medication part. Update. It's been decided that I am the asshole here and that is fine. Oh, okay. I guess let's talk about it first and then I'll go back and read the update and the edit.
She is not the asshole.
No way.
I don't think so either. She's pregnant.
She's halfway through her pregnancy. That's like far along.
Yeah, that is.
This guy blows.
The belly's popped. You're feeling fatigued. You're feeling tired. First of all, second trimester, from what I gather, is you're either on top of the world or you feel like shit. Sounds like she feels like shit if she doesn't even have the strength to go make herself a meal. She just needs help. She's carrying your child. This is the mother of your child.
Not to mention, the husband had people over at their house, right? Till 3 a.m.
Was it?
He was staying with
Like
family.
the cousins or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say,
And they're not even married. It's boyfriend, girlfriend. We're
Okay.
talking.
But still, I mean, even the like him saying, "Oh, I have to be with my family to grieve right now." Your family is your pregnant wife and you.
yes.
Yeah.
At
You're
this
starting
point.
your own family.
I understand what
That's
it's
the
like
priority.
to grieve and have family members that were lost, but your family right now is your wife who's pregnant and you're causing her stress. Like, I just think you could still be selfish and use this to manipulate a situation. Like, losing someone, you can use that to be like, oh, I can't care about you right now. Like, I'm dealing with something. And I think he's doing that here. Because obviously it's hard to do, but he can be a man and step up and, like, care for his pregnant wife while grieving and remembering his grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agree.
And I'm assuming if he's spending time with this extended family, they're eating food. Why don't you bring a plate over?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just terrible.
That is really terrible. And calling her evil is crazy.
Yeah.
That's what, like, drew the line. Calling her
Gaslighter.
evil?
Literally a gaslighter.
Your pregnant girlfriend who's calling her evil for wanting some food so your baby stays healthy.
Yeah.
She literally didn't even care about, like, eating for herself, it sounded like. She was like, for the baby, I need food.
Yeah.
I can't get up.
And I feel like sometimes in a situation like that, if you really are going through it, you welcome a distraction, like, as soon as you can get it.
Mhm.
So why wouldn't he want to go check on his girlfriend?
Yeah. Also, you could shut out anyone else during a situation like this, not the mother of your child.
Yeah.
That's the one person in the world who you should be able to lean on for anything outside of your parents.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here? Come on now.
Would you guys consider this to be breakup worthy?
It gets so complicated when there's a baby involved. But honestly, it's very telling of him as a person, so yeah.
I was going to say, it's not a good sign. So maybe you're better off just finding a better father for your child.
Yeah.
Like, the baby's not born yet. If she did find a new man, that could be the guy.
Yeah, like your life partner should be taking care of you all the time. You should have respect for each other and want the best for each other. And want the best for your baby? Like, that's crazy.
And vice versa, because let's not forget, she was calling him late at night to check on him while he's grieving after spending time with his family.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, she's going above and beyond. Talk about taking care of the baby. Homegirl needs a good night's sleep. She's growing a baby inside her.
With no food, thanks to him.
And she's calling you at 3 a.m. to talk to you about your grieving, and then you call her evil?
Yeah, no, it's
Get
wild.
the fuck out of here.
He's very immature.
So now let me read the update and then the edit. It's been decided that I'm the asshole here, and that is fine. By that I mean, I think she means Reddit. But for those wondering about DoorDash and other options, I recently just paid my bills and made groceries for his place since I would be there with him during this time. So unfortunately, I cannot afford DoorDash at the moment, but that would have been my first option. Again, she can't afford it, and where's he to help her? So she can't afford DoorDash. She didn't bring any food with her at all because of the groceries really have to be cooked besides snacked. A fair. I also know he is grieving and would have never said anything, but if he was okay enough to do favors for others yesterday, he could have picked up some food and left it at my doorstep.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to come inside. Also, I have family and friends, but getting them to do things for me is a bit of a challenge, and I learned to stop asking a while ago. It's really just been me and him caring for one another, but after reading some of your comments, I understand how I come off as needy. You're pregnant! You're not needy.
She's not needy.
Okay, so then the edit is, I speak to my family every day. We are close in that way. I see them every week as well. No bad blood between us. Friends don't live close enough to me where they can just drop food off and go. My parents, on the other hand, do. But now that I'm an adult, and since my other siblings have had children, my parents tend to help them. I have 2 siblings who aren't in their kids' lives at the moment due to their own faults, so my parents stepped in. Okay, so you have parents raising grandparents. That's just mess. Like, from that alone, you could just tell that that's messy family history. Whenever I ask for help where they have to physically do something, since I was a kid, it always felt like I'm tired of this, or I don't feel like I'm gonna go there. But when they ask me, it's like, yeah, I'm supposed to just do whatever. It is what they ask. So yeah, I'm never gonna call them first. I call my boyfriend. We've been together for 3 years.
She's kind of giving sob story, but I still support her.
Yeah, the edit.
There are a lot of excuses toward that update.
In the edit, yeah.
But I feel like her parents should have helped a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, I understand the whole, you're an adult, you did this on your own.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend should be doing this for you. But yeah.
I think your parents should also be understanding that your boyfriend's grandpa just passed away and he has to go do some funeral stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he can't not do that either.
Yeah.
So if you do
But,
need
like, he doesn't have
help,
to be partying till 3 a.m.
Yeah, no, he could step out.
but like during the day, they could have brought her, I wouldn't be surprised if they could have brought her dinner.
Yeah.
You know, especially if they do live close by. I don't know, girl. You're 18 months pregnant.
You're
or
not
18
the
months
asshole.
pregnant.
I don't think you're
18
being
weeks.
needy. It's like the bare minimum that you're asking for here.
Yeah.
True.
So sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm not the asshole.
My husband and I are slightly more well off than my sister's family. Because of this, my parents do more for them than they do for us. When it comes to gifts, my daughter, who is 7 years old, gets things from the dollar store, while my nephew gets whole Lego sets, iPads, and even Disney trips. If my sister needs babysitting, they will drop everything for her last minute. If I need it, I have to give them a 2 weeks heads up, as well as a proper payment. Because of this clear favoritism, my daughter doesn't have a good relationship with them. If you ask her about her grandparents, her mind automatically goes to my husband's parents because she forgets that she has 2 pairs. Earlier today, we were having a rare meetup with my parents. My daughter asked if she can go on the trampoline outside. My dad said no because it's for my nephews. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh.
My daughter begged, but dad still said no. Maddie's her daughter, sorry. She stomps away.
Butt pause.
And said, "This is why I like my other grandma and grandpa more." My parents looked at me expectantly, but I didn't say anything. I recently got off a call with my mom saying I should have told Maddie that that was wrong to say. I told her, "What do you expect? She thinks you guys hate her, and you do nothing to dispel those thoughts." She just got quiet for a bit, then said I shouldn't let her say something like that to the family, and hung up the phone. My husband's on my side, but he also isn't a fan of my family, so I really need an outside opinion. Am I the asshole?
No.
Okay, the moment that the grandparent said that that's for the nephews is when I would have stood up and screamed at them and been like, this is your other grandchild too. That's for all your grandchildren. It's either for all of them or none of them, and I'll list that on Facebook Marketplace right the fuck now if that's really going to be your stance.
List her trampoline on Facebook Marketplace.
I really would. If that's how you're going to play,
It's crazy that they're shaming her essentially for being more successful.
Yeah.
Like, she's still a human at the end of the day.
And it's your kid.
Yeah.
They're taking it out on the grandchild too.
Yeah, that's so mean.
Children are innocent. They don't know better. That's so fucked up.
They probably think they're doing something good by being there, but like as the less well-off sibling, I'd feel like, oh, like this is embarrassing. Like, why are they catering to my every need? Like, I'm an adult too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just bad on both ends. They should just be equal. Like, the dollar store gifts versus full Lego set. Lego sets are like $80 plus. That's crazy.
Charging for babysitting versus dropping anything. It's blatant favoritism.
Love. It should be out of love and it should be free.
Yeah.
Not just because your kid has money, they should give it to you. Like, that's so backwards. You should want your kid to have money for her.
Exactly. And no, the grandchild should not have to apologize for what she said.
No.
She said what she said. She said that with a proud chest. And she'll say it again to your face because that's how she feels and that's how you, her grandparents, are making her feel. So I fully stand by the parents.
Maddie's
that's
an
so
icon.
messed up. I would have done even more.
That's probably a terrible feeling. That's terrible.
As a person I know I'm not the favorite grandchild, and that's a shame that I have to even admit that. Like, I know what that feeling is like, and it's not fun. You have a chance to correct it while she's young enough, and she can maybe forget the bad memories. I can pinpoint every single time that I was not the favorite.
Oh, Janina.
It's so upsetting, and like, no kid should ever have to feel like that, because then that kid turns into an adult, and like, look at me now. Like, you don't forget that. You have the chance to correct that right now.
Yeah.
You have to, like, please, family, fix that.
Maddie is not in control of how successful her parents are.
Exactly.
No.
So to her, this is just them being so mean to her.
Yeah.
That's all she knows, and that's how you're treating her?
Yeah. No, I hate that.
Why are you punishing her? That's so messed
The
up.
grandparents are trying to be like God right now, like trying to make things equal and manipulate.
They're not even making it equal, though.
Here's a thought. The other grandchild who receives all the really nice gifts, I'm curious if this will change your thoughts on it. What if she doesn't have another set of grandparents?
Should look it up.
I'm curious, like, if they feel bad that she only has them, and she's like, okay, I want to make this extra special.
That's not this pair of grandparents' responsibility.
Yeah, you're right.
And, like, imagine that kid then growing up be like, oh, I was a charity case to my family. Like, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing, too.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, these grandparents are crazy. They're causing, like, trauma. Generational trauma.
But they literally are.
And you think
I'm
if
a
it's called
testament
out,
to it.
they would kind of set back and think, okay, actually, this is not right.
That would be too logical.
Some people are too up their own a-hole to take a look at reality.
Yeah.
Grandparents.
And take a look in the mirror. That is so messed up. I feel so awful for that kid.
Am I the asshole for not making my friend a present? So for, I guess, a little context, I have a few work friends, and I've made a couple of them small gifts for their birthdays. Like a chainmail dice bag for the Dice Goblin Dungeons & Dragons friend, or a plushie for the plushie collecting friend. Then there's self-professed minimalist friend. He regularly states that he really doesn't want any gifts or little presents, that they're unnecessary, and never really drops any hints for anything he does want. Last year for his birthday, I figured the best gift would just be a latte and chocolate croissant from his favorite cafe.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds cheap, I know, but he actually really appreciated it. And when his birthday rolled around again with no gift hints and the same I'm a minimalist, I don't need or want anything stance, I figured it would be a great gift again this year. Boy, was I wrong. He pulled me aside to ask why I didn't make him anything for his birthday. When I explained that I didn't know what he'd even want based on his aforementioned minimalist stance, he tried using other gifts against me, saying things like, so you knew Dice Goblin friend wanted a dice bag, and, well, you could make me anything. I mean, maybe I'm in the wrong here, but if someone says they don't want a gift, I'm not going to waste my time making something.
It's not even the fact that they didn't want a gift, it's the fact that they're a minimalist. The whole point of the minimalist lifestyle is you don't have any unnecessary things. And if she can't really tell what your hobbies are, she's not going to give you something for the sake of giving you something, because that literally goes against your whole philosophy of being a minimalist.
First off, I don't think that he should be expecting anything.
That too.
It's a work friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah.
I can see being like, oh, everyone else is getting a gift. That's like, but no. If you make it known that that's not your vibe,
Get a hobby. Have a personality.
I would never say
For
that.
real.
I know. Imagine a work friend. Like you work in an office. You're like, why didn't you make me a gift? Not buy. Why didn't you make me a gift?
Yeah.
Like that takes even more time than just going to the store and buying something.
Yeah, the entitlement there.
Yeah. It's
outrageous.
crazy.
I'm like, what was she supposed to get him? A blanket?
A box?
A coffee mug? He probably already has a coffee mug.
he
That's not very
probably doesn't need another
minimalist of her to get that to you. Like, the only other fair, acceptable gift, in my opinion, would have been some sort of gift card. Like a gift card to that cafe instead, so he can go.
Okay,
or like an Ulta gift card to rebuy skincare or whatever. But like, but
she still got him something.
Yeah. Like, he's being so entitled right now.
Yeah. No, I think that's so crazy and rude.
He's the asshole, not you.
Yeah.
I just want to say someone's the asshole, okay?
No, he's the asshole for sure.
He is totally the asshole here. What are we doing? Who raised you, too? I was raised to be appreciative of gifts because it cares more about the people that you're with on that day, not what they're giving you.
Mm-hmm.
Gifts come and go. This one is some tea.
Oh,
so
God.
buckle up. Because, let's just get right into it. Am I the asshole for leaving the hospital after my sister gave birth and announced the name of her baby? I, 32 female, have been dealing with infertility for 7 years now. My husband and I have prepared for the fact that we might not ever have a child together, but it's not easy. We're both currently in individual therapy to help us process all of this and find a way for us to be at peace, regardless of what the future holds for us. But I truly hope we are lucky enough to have a child. My husband and I have baby names picked out. We never talk about them, but we have a little note on our baby name book with our boy and girl name picked. It's in our bedroom. We don't look at it much anymore, but it just keeps us hoping, you know? My sister, 36 female, has 5 daughters, and 2 weeks ago gave birth to her first son. My husband was working, but I was in the hospital with my parents and my sister's in-laws waiting for the birth. Once he was born, we were called in to meet my nephew, and my sister told us they'd chosen the name Elio for him. She said the name was originally mine and my She said the name was originally mine and my husband's top choice. But since we wouldn't be having any kids after all this time, she decided they should use it and not let the name go to waste, being kept secret by me. It was then I remember seeing my sister at my room while she was pregnant a few months before. I thought nothing of it at the time, but realized she'd been snooping. My parents asked me how she could do that without talking to me first. My sister replied that it was a shame to waste a perfectly good name if I asked her not to use it. I couldn't handle it and I left. I didn't even say congrats or anything. I left and I went home and I cried for a while. The very next day, my sister called and asked me why I made it such a big deal. She also decided to drop that I was hurt and She also decided to drop that she was hurt. I never discussed the baby names with her, gatekeeping them, even when I knew I wouldn't have a baby. I asked how she could go. I asked how she could go out of her way to take the one name my husband and I had picked. She called me sensitive. I ended the call without another word. My parents checked in on me 2 days after, but since then, my parents have said I should let it go and apologize for walking out. My sister also said I have made her postpartum time, and it was very selfish on my part. Am I the asshole?
No.
Oh my god.
I got so physically angry when I read this on the bus this morning.
Such an overstep.
You invaded your younger sister's personal space that I'm sure you know who is dealing with infertility issues. You go through the baby name book that they had and you pick the top choice, don't even say anything, and then just surprise her at the hospital in front of everyone. You know that's going to cause a scene. You know you disrespected a boundary, and you know that you're taking the top pick name that they had. You're basically just saying, yeah, I know you're struggling, but I don't give a fuck. I'm taking your baby name anyway.
That's the thing, because, like, in another dimension, this could have been done so respectfully and, like, communicated clearly and be like, hey, like, I want you to have this baby come to life. Like, I'm your sister. I know it's not the same, but, like, if you have this vision of this baby boy, like, what if we use the name and, like, you'll be the godmother or something?
That's a beautiful way to go about it.
Yeah. But just surprising her at the hospital is crazy. And to say that the name was going to go to waste is wild. She also could have done a middle name of that name. Also, there are 1,000,000,001 other names on the planet.
Yeah.
Literally pick any other fucking name. I'm so sorry.
This is your 6th kid. I'm sure you're going to have another boy after this. So why'd you have to do it to this one?
Literally.
That is sick and twisted, yo.
I say this because I know that I want my son's name to be Xavier. I've said that for the longest time. And if anyone in my family took the name Xavier, first of all, I'd be pissed. Second of all, I'm still naming my son that. I've communicated this for how many years that's the name that I want. Don't fucking take the name.
Me and my sister do fight.
Don't be surprised when I name them after that.
Before you had gotten into the whole story, that immediately reminded me of my sister because we have a few names we both like. And she said, well, I'm going to have a baby first, so I'm going to take it. And I said, well, I mean...
Yeah, me and Lauren have a number 1 pick for a girl. But yeah, I mean, this case is very different.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Literally, the only way that the older sister should have gone about it was the way that you went.
Yeah.
But even then, she would have known about the name because she went through the stuff, and that's still not okay in the first place.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like, first of all, if that sibling is ever over at your house again, lock anything that's sentimental like that. Lock your bedroom, literally lock anything, because clearly she's not respecting your boundaries or your personal privacy.
So selfish of a decision. Like, that's clearly going to affect everyone, well, this lady's relationship with that baby for his whole life.
Yeah.
There's going to be grudges held.
I can't believe the parents... I can't believe the parents don't think that it's wrong, too.
I thought the parents were chill at first because they were supporting her, and now they're like, oh, we'll apologize. She's having bad postpartum.
Yeah.
Like, she's having bad postpartum for the guilt.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You totally dismissed the chance of your sister ever even having a baby.
Yeah.
She's only 32. That's when some people start to have their children. What are we doing here?
That is crazy. That is not a sister. Like, I would hold a grudge.
I don't even know if I would be able to get over that fully. No.
I would never get over that. Are you kidding me?
And I know some people out there, oh, it's just a name. They have other ones on the list, but it's not the same. When you imagine your baby...
First of all, it sounds like they only had one boy name and one girl name written.
Yeah.
So they literally could have picked any other fucking name in the world.
There's so many
Pick
like
Eli.
conjugations. Yeah, there's so many
You
different
had to
things.
pick Elio? Are we kidding me? But
Wow.
if someone
That's
takes Xavier,
so-
I'm throwing hands.
I never knew that you liked that name.
Yeah, me neither.
I love that name.
Aw.
Noted.
And he won't be Javier, okay? Half Dominican over here. I'm making that very clear. I'm starting to tell my family that now because I found out recently Spanish people pronounce Xavier as Javier, and I was like, no. My son's name is Xavier. That is that.
This guy has been coming up in my TikTok feed. He I don't know if he's cosplaying as barista or he actually is one, but he'll people will submit names to him for him to call out, and he's like, not a good one, or this is a good one, or you're gonna have difficulty with this one.
I wish my parents did that with my name.
Your name is easy.
People butcher it all the time.
That's all we have for this week's episode of the Neighbors Pod. Thanks for listening to our Am I the Assholes. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and submit any if you have any.
True. We'd love to react to some.
Oh, yeah.
Give it a rating.
What?
The order changed. I don't know if I'm still doing that.
Oh no, I was just chiming in.
Okay. Give us a 5-star rating wherever you're listening.
And before you go, be sure to check us out on social media. Instagram at theneighbors.pod, TikTok at theneighborspod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Neighbors Pod, and follow us on Threads. We are pretty active on there too. So stay in touch. We'll see you next week, neighbor. Bye.
Bye.